We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Ready up.
That first carry for Chase Edmonds. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The Dolphins at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And some space here. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go. Hurry.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's got some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole. And then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A good pickup there, a 22. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd. By the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Tannehill on 3rd down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
A little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. There, this is picked up by the Browns. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
They begin this drive with Chubb. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, it's Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Off play action, Tannehill rolling to his right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
52 blaster. 22 meal.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. There's the stiff arm. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
And here's Tannehill to keep it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now on 2nd and 13, Tannehill.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Tannehill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Let's go. Hey, close to you.
Tua, a final shot before half. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter.
But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run with Chubb. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will put them on top here in the third. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Second down and another run with Edmonds.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 8. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
No wasted time from Channing Tindall on that play. He got back there in a hurry and met him to stop him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Tannehill.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Tannehill.
Throw left side there, Schwartz with it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Give left side here for Nwangu.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, check Mega. Drill 52. 10 cycles. Ready.
Another carry now for Edmonds. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Second and 8 coming up.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And some room to work. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Hey, go Fury.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Right, 97.
From the gun, it's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.